Hello, everyone. I'm Seyram, the social media manager of Local Grown Salads. I have a background in environmental studies and sustainability consulting. And today I'm here with our CEO and founder, Zale Tabakman, to talk about the tech behind the greens and the tech behind LGS. We'll be talking about seed cartridges and the piece of tech he's most proud of. So to start off, Zale. Could you kindly explain the seed cartridge system to us?
Sure. Okay, so the seed cartridge is a unique idea that we evolved from a whole bunch of other people's ideas. I always like to, I love to say I invented it all 100% by myself, but the reality is we saw other people's tech cartridges, and we saw what worked and we saw what didn't work. So a seed cartridge in our technology is we call it a cartridge because, like, if you think about printer cartridge, you want to put red ink, blue ink. You're not filling ink wells. You just put this little thing into the cartridge and into the printer, and it just works. We like to think of our seed cartridge as this exact same thing. So our cartridge is actually about, just to physically give you an idea, it's about 7 feet long. For Europeans is about, roughly 2.5 meters, and it's about 4 inches wide, and so it's what, 2.5, it's about 10 centimeters square, or 10 centimeters square. It's not exactly square, but that's what we use for now. And the cartridge is uh, is filled with soil, and it's filled with soil. It's filled with uh, fertilizer, and it's filled with seeds. So, and we put it all into this cartridge. We manufacture the cartridge separate from where we grow. So we have this long cartridge that's again, it's got the soil, it's got the seeds, and it's got everything in it. And then we take this cartridge and we put it vertically in this long 8 foot long thing, and we put it vertically in what we call a vertical acre, which is a particular piece of technology. But the what it does is it sits in there, and the water is pumped to the top of the cartridge. And so the water flows down inside the cartridge and goes through the cartridge and flows from the top down and empties into a little reservoir and then gets recycled over and over and over again. But the cartridge is really cool because then we put the lights right in front of it. And where the plants just grow like they grow in soil out of a wall. So it maps physically what happens on the side of a cliff. If you imagine you see the side of a sandy cliff, or you see plants always growing out of the side of them. They come out and they grow and they make a right hand turn. They go vertically up. Plants plants don't actually grow to the sun, they grow against gravity. But since the sun is always above us, we always think that it grows up. It grows to the sun, but it really just grows up. Um, anyhow, so it comes out, and then the seed cartridge was connected to the light, means that the plants will always grow, and we can always keep the lights very close to the plants. The core of the solution is this thing called the seed cartridge. Because planting and the other advantage of the seed cartridge, we slide the lights out of the way, and we can walk up with a pair of scissors and just clip the top of the plant and clip the leaves off the plant, so to speak. So the seed cartridge technology has a whole bunch of advantages. One of the advantages, of course, is the ability to come in and do the planting separate from where you're doing the growing, which means you can automate the planting and you can make it very extremely cost effective. And because it's vertical going straight up, it's very easy to access for harvesting. Just take a pair of scissors. Somebody who's 5 foot tall can reach the top of the plant, and they don't have to move. Our vertical acres are kind of interesting. While they're only another 8 feet number, they're 8 feet long and only about 3 feet wide. But we have cartridges on both sides. We have 192 of these cartridges on one of those plants. The important number is one vertical acre is the equivalent of a row in the field of about 392 linear feet. So a person is only walking 16 feet one way, 8 feet on one side and 8 feet on the other, and they're harvesting a row of 192 feet. So we're effectively harvesting quicker, faster, and the plants, because the seed cartridge can grow much denser. Um, Kale plant, for example, in a field will take 12 square inches. We grow a kale plant in 3 square inches. So it's effectively a density increase as well. And then we don't use any pesticides, we don't use any fungicides, we don't need any herbicides, because the entire environment is an enclosed environment.
Yeah, that that's very impressive, and I think it's a very big game changer when it comes to consistency, having a good yield, and efficiency, and also sustainability. So I think it definitely makes this tech innovation definitely makes LGS more unique and more efficient. Thank you so much for just explaining the complicated tech behind
Right. Right.
behind.
Sometimes it's a little easier with a picture, but
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
next time. All
Hmm.
right.
Thank you so
Okay.
much. And thank you for the listeners as well. Hope you all have a great day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Bye.